Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're starting a new series where we're gonna talk about the species of the Jurassic franchise. We're gonna talk about the accurate version, the clone version, and the importance of that species on the franchise, be on the movies or the shows. So today we're starting with the Allosaurus. The Allosaurus was the most famous carnivore of the Jurassic period and one of the most famous carnivore dinosaurs in general. It was a large theropod that lived 155 million years ago, during the late Jurassic period. It lived in Europe and North America. It was a bipedal carnivore that would hunt and fight other species such as the Camptosaurus and the Stegosaurus. The name Allosaurus means different lizard, and the reason for that because its vertebrae was different from other species of dinosaurs. It was around 3 to 5 meters tall and 9 meters long. At the moment there are 4 species of Allosaurus: Allosaurus fragilis, Gimetsani, Europeus, and the most recent, Anax, that was Sarphaganax. Allosaurus gimetsani is the species that the Allosaurus from the Jurassic franchise is based on. Most of the time the Allosaurus was a solitary dinosaur, but it would join with others of its species to hunt bigger prey, like a Diplodocus for example. The most famous Allosaurus fossil is Big Al. He was a Allosaurus gimetsani, and he probably died by an infection on the, I think it was on the feet. There is a pretty famous, you probably heard about it, a documentary, The Ballad of Big Al, made by BBC. They made Walking with Dinosaurs, so you probably know that. Also is one of the most complete fossils of dinosaurs, because 95% of the body is complete here, and that's really rare for some species of dinosaurs. There was also a fossil of the Allosaurus that was hit by a tegomizer of a Stegosaurus in the pelvis, so that sucks for the Allosaurus. I will leave on the description other videos focused just on the real life Allosaurus, because now it's time to talk about the Allosaurus from the Jurassic franchise. The first time we see the species alive was on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. We see a juvenile on Isla Nublar running from the volcano. The juvenile has a size of 7.2 meters long and 2.3 meters tall. A male Allosaurus was 10.4 meters long and 3.2 meters tall, and the female was 12 meters long and 3.8 meters tall. We know this because the VFX company released like a size measure with a bunch of dinos, and then we have the Allojuvie, the male and the female there. During mating season, early spring to midsummer, conditions bring large groups of Allosaurus together for nesting. Also, the Allosaurus can open its mouth wider than 90 degrees, creating a bigger bite than the T-Rex. Different than in real life, the Allosaurus have a thicker head, a slightly bigger body, and you can also see the design was based more on lizard, as you can see by the osteoderms and the large spikes on the back, head and tail. While in real life, the Allosaurus is more of like a smooth skin with no spike, no big osteoderms, and lips covering the teeth. So when they close their mouth, you don't see the teeth. Where different than the movie design where it closes the mouth and you can see the teeth there. Like I said before, because of the VFX size comparison, we do know the adult Allosaurus was supposed to appear on the movie, but the adult was cut from the movie, but thankfully we have a Jurassic World Evolution where we can see the adult design there. The first design being the one from Fallen Kingdom, the male. I'm gonna talk later why I'm calling it the male and the other one the female, okay? But let's talk about the colorations. Yellow stripes on the face and neck, a yellow circle around its eye orbit, white markings, and a faded red on their crest. Also a blue tongue, which I think is really cool and different. The second design, being the female, appeared first on the short movie Battle at Big Rock, as a full adult. It has a dark grayish blue with a yellow underbelly, a white stripe running from a patch around the eyes down to the neck, and a pink tongue. Since the female one is the only adult that appears on the movies, a bunch of people assume that the juvenile and the adult are the same design and they just change as they grew up. But there's a canon book on this franchise, there's 3 actually, but here we're gonna talk about one specific, that is the Maisie Lockwood's Adventures, the second book, because on that book, it refers as the Battle Big Rock design as a female, and also on that book we do have some art from it, and we see a juvenile Allosaurus using the female design. So they are not different ages, they're different genders. One is a male and another one is a female. On the DPG website, we can see that in the early days of Jurassic Park, InGen had only 12% of DNA for the species. Only during the opening of Jurassic World, InGen managed to gather more DNA and be able to recreate the species. We don't know where on the island the creature lived, or if it was even shown for the public, because we do know that there are some dinos that were not shown for the public, or that were shown, but then they stopped showing them because of dangers, like the Carnosaurus. The first time that we see the species alive is on Fallen Kingdom, where we see the juvenile running from the volcano, another juvenile being sold on the Lockwood Manor, and then later we can see a bunch of them escaping from the Lockwood Manor. On 2019, the event of Battle of Big Rock happened. A half-blind female Allosaurus tries to hunt a baby Nasutoceratops but fails. She started to fight the mother and was gonna win, but the male appears to defend his family and they get out of there safely. Except for the humans. The Allo hears a baby crying and starts attacking a trailer where the humans were. She flips the trailer and starts to break the walls, but one of the kids inside the trailers gets a crossbow and shoots 2 arrows near the eye, hurting the Allosaurus and making her go away. After the events of Battle of Big Rock, the news reporter Rebecca Ryan reports the events at Big Rock National Park. That's from the motion comic miniseries. They're also canon if you didn't know, not that they add that much to the lore. The same Allosaurus later attacked the news crew. Also here they use the male Allosaurus design. And I think the reason for it is because there's a bunch of scenes where they just trace art or renders of the Jurassic franchise. And here you can even see that they trace the art from Evolution. So the reason that is the male design is because they had a bunch of images that they could trace off. Unlike the female design where only appeared on Battle of Big Rock. On the book Maisie Lockwood Adventures, The Yosemite 6, Owen, Claire, and Maisie are tracking Blue on the Yosemite National Park. On the forest, Maisie finds claw marks on the tree and she thinks it's from Blue, but Owen says that they look more like a Allosaurus. At night, Owen and Claire go looking for Blue, when out of nowhere, a juvenile Allosaurus appears. She was stalking them, trying to kill them. Since it's a juvenile, a human is a much easier prey to get than a Ankylosaurus or a Petasaurus. When the Allo tries to attack Owen, Blues comes running and starts attacking the Allo. Seeing both of the dinosaurs fighting, Claire grabs a flare gun and shoots at them, scaring both of the dinosaurs. Later, during a snowstorm, a group of herbivores get scared and they run from the national park to a school area. This leads to some of the dinosaurs getting inside the school, like the Allosaurus. Maisie and some of the students are trying to get the herbivores in control so they don't hurt anyone or each other. That's when Maisie goes to the cafeteria and finds the Allosaurus. The shadow of 3 claws also told her that the worst was happening. They were stuck in the cafeteria with the Allosaurus. Maisie tries to get the attention of the Allosaurus so the other kids can escape. It does work, but now she has Allosaurus trying to kill her. As she runs to the exit, she stumbles upon someone familiar, Blue. But Blue ignores her and starts to fight the Allosaurus. But this time, Owen shows up with a tranquilizer gun and shoots both of them. Owen then later says that the Allosaurus will be transported to a safe area just for her. On 2022, Brooklyn starts investigating the DFW. And because of that, some people on the DFW try to kill her by tricking her into going to a drop-off point and releasing an Allosaurus. That also being the same Allosaurus from Battle at Big Rock. We can see that because of the blind eye. The Allosaurus does try to attack Brooklyn, but fails as a group of Atrociraptors appear and they start fighting. Later we see the Allosaurus running through the woods and Darius thinks she's the one that killed Brooklyn. After some time, that Allosaurus is captured by the DFW and is transported to an area full of other dinosaurs. It wouldn't be Jurassic if the dinosaurs didn't escape and started causing chaos. When Big Edie, the T-Rex, is fighting the Atrociraptors, Darius releases the Allosaurus to intervene in the fight. Big Edie does beat all of them. And then the Allosaurus kills a guy and runs away. And later reappears on season 3, but first we gotta talk about Dominion. The Allosaurus also appears on the Dino Tracker, but we don't have much lore there, so Dominion. We see a male juvenile Allosaurus fighting a Baryonyx, and later we see a female adult Allosaurus. That is also the same one from Chaos Theory and Battle Royale Big Rock. But when we get to Season 3, I'm gonna talk about because there are some retcons on this allo here. When Owe is chasing Delacorte shoots the lock, releasing the Demon Carnotaurus and the Blind Allosaurus. They both roar at each other and start to attack the people. The Allo attacks a bunch of people and probably kills a lot of guys there. The adult Allosaurus, we do know why it was there. And the reason for that is that the Allosaurus was supposed to fight the Carnotaurus, the Demon Carnotaurus. We do have a promotional like poster that was released when Dominion was coming out. But now, judging for Chaos Theory Season 3, I think the Allo was going to lose against the Carno. Chaos Theory Season 3, when a Ceratosaurus is about to attack our characters, a Allosaurus appears and bites the neck of the Ceratosaurus. And we see that it is the same Allosaurus that killed Brooklyn, because of the blind eye. Now, the Allosaurus on Dominion does have a blind eye, but it's not on the same eye. Here they inverted the eyes, and now it's the correct eye for the lore here. So it's a bit of a retcon, but the Allo did have a blind eye, it was just a different eye, they just changed the eye, so it's fine. The Allo does appear again killing a person, and then again kinda like fighting the Carnotaurus. Originally, during the Volcano Stampede, a Allosaurus was going to attack a baby Triceratops and get killed by the mother. We can also see that on the Gyrosphere scene, the dinosaur is a different model, so we do presume that it may be a different species instead of the Allo. A Ceratophonius, a species that only appeared as a carcass on the movie, may have been the species that was originally going to appear on that scene. And that's all the lore that the Allosaurus has on the franchise, at least for the moment. The Allo is probably not gonna appear on Rebirth, but there's a high chance that it's going to appear again on Season 4 of Chaos Theory. So let me know in the comments what you thought about this type of video. I never made a video like this. Also, what do you think about like the lab area here that I edited, that I showed the images and the videos. This video took a lot of time to edit. I didn't think it was going to take that long, but it took some good hours to edit this video, so I really need your guys' support to make more videos like this. So if you guys like the video, like, subscribe, comment if you want me to change something, or if you think everything here was good, or if you want more information about the real life dino. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye. Please like the video, I wanna make more videos like this.